For example, I have a nephew who finished Form 4 last year. And I see him making money because he sells shoes which he doesn't have. He sells things he doesn't have. He sells phones. Yeah. Nice. So all he needs to do is get to know who has this phone, market it online, and he gets the money, go pick and deliver.
Welcome back to DUOL Podcast. And today we have a very, very interesting topic. I am Auntie Maggie. Today we're going to talk about surviving and thriving in difficult times. And we have a guest here who will introduce himself. And we all agree that times are really, really difficult. Yeah? But introduce yourself. Karibu.
Thank you, Auntie Maggie. That's how you call yourself here. Yeah. My name is Otieno Paul-Peter. And I like it in that order. Now, I'm different. I'm referred to differently according to whom I'm relating with. Mm-hmm. To some people, I'm a dad. To others, I'm a husband. To others, I'm a business consultant. To others, I am an ICT guru. Yes, helping their ICT problems, more so helping them to be online. To other people, I am a musician, choir member, singing, a conductor. And so I wear different titles.
Wow,
and
wow.
I am a Rotarian. I belong to Rotary. And others also see me as an activist because I also advocate for youth empowerment. And we formed actually some NGO a few years back called Linda Vijana Initiative. Before this, Linda people started moving around with their Linda whatever.
Linda whatever.
We already had it.
You were the first people to start the Linda.
Yes, we started Linda Vijana Initiative. So I currently have a couple of organizations that relate to me directly or otherwise.
Before you go there, you're wearing so many hats.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your
organization. Yes. So one is ICT Gurus Limited, through which we put organizations online. Mm-hmm. We believe in being dependable, affordable, and secure. Mm-hmm. So we help people to register their domains, set up their emails, and ensure that you don't need to keep praying that emails will work. They will always work.
Now that you're talking of now IT.
Yes, that is IT. Uh-huh. I have 3 books so far. The first one is called Live Your Dream in 7 years. And it basically enumerates some of the ideas that I gathered along the way that I believed would be able to help people live their dreams. In fact, I wrote it here that if I don't leave for my children anything, then this book is good enough.
I hope you're going to give us real life example of people who lived their dreams.
Hopefully. Yes, depending on time. Second one is leadership, which has been my pet subject from the time I think I was 7 or 9, something like that. And it's been able to shape my life in various ways. And I think it's part of a big part of my life.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of experiences. All these books have stories, real life stories. They are not fictions.
Yes.
And then recently, there is this one. Well, it's not really. I took a long time writing this. It's because of my busy schedule. But it's one of the people's favorite. It's called Strong Fools, Lazy Smarts. Why Fools Seem to Thrive.
Okay. Now. Even before we get to the books, Paul, tell us your story. You have a passion about building people, building youth, empowering people, helping people. Who is this Paul Otieno and where did it start?
My story is pretty long, and so it's not possible to say almost even a quarter of it. But maybe I will sample a few things. One is, when I was growing up, my family was not well to do. we were among the people you'd call the poorest. We were poor. In fact,
Not just poor, but
not
poorest of the poor.
You see, in fact, at one point, we had a neighbor who had enough, or so to speak, at least in our perspective, because she was a mother to a judge, a high court judge. Actually, it was called Justice.
And is that Nairobi or?
No, that's in the village.
In the village.
So this is the guy who would come in a Peugeot, green Peugeot, I still remember, with the flag of Kenya,
wow,
with security and whatever, and this was admirable. So sometimes when we lacked things, I would be sent, we start with matchbox because we do not have matchbox. Go borrow some matchsticks. I go there, we light our jiko, we start cooking. Along the way, you realize, we don't have flour.
Yeah.
So you are sent, go and ask them to give you some. Back in the village, you return those things, like flour. Other things you don't return. So you say, give us this much. When we get, we'll bring back. And then as you cook, like yes, you borrow. At least for flour. I don't know why, but that is the way they do it. And then along the way, you were cooking vegetables and you realize, you don't have salt. And then you're sent, go and ask for salt. Then when I went back to this lady, she said, do you think I operate a shop? Yes. Everything you are coming
Everything you were borrowing.
So we had nothing. My schooling was very dramatic. And at one point, my mom asked me, do you think you'll go to school? And I said yes.
How old were you by then?
I think I was about 10 or 9. And she asked me, who will take you to school? Who will pay for your schooling? And she knew better what I did not know. I said my dad. My dad was a school teacher, by the way.
Okay.
But a drunkard. So we never saw the money. That's why part of my story is I never drink. I never seen any good side of drinking.
Of drinking.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it came to time for going to school, a little bit fast forward, my mom had died when I was in class 7. So I did class 8 and I've passed and I can't go to school because I don't have school fee. And my dad picked some loan from a circle and got lost.
You made it drinking?
Yes. Okay. Got lost for like 3 weeks.
Yes.
3 or 1 month. So the time for going to school even passed. And I also saw, when I was in class 8, a number of children who were coming to repeat. In fact, one of them was coming for the 3rd time. Every time he was being told that next time maybe we'll get fee and you go to school.
So he was repeating not because he was doing
bad. He was always number 1. Actually, when
school fees.
When we did exam with him, he still was number 1. I was number 2.
That he had to repeat.
Yes, he had to be repeated. Yeah. So I was really touched by this, and that's when I told myself, I will grow up someday and find out what makes some people so successful, or at least well-to-do, and others so poor. I didn't believe it's God, because I believed God loved everybody, and there must be something in between. I'd also seen people who worked big time in their life and they were retired and they were always complaining. When I was working, I used to help people. Now people are not helping me. I was not. Do we just leave to work and then we keep lamenting? So that I didn't go to Form 1 a whole year plus. I was at home. The following year, I opted to go to the nearby secondary school, which was a day school, only 3,000 a year.
That was the school fees.
Yes. Yeah. And that is the only thing no, it was 6,000 a year. So first time was 3,000. That's the only thing I paid.
Which year was that?
That was
very young.
That was many years back. That was 97. Then I was always out of school, and that's a long story, by the way. I was only known to be out of school until there is a deputy head teacher who chose to give me a chance. And so I did Form 2 pretty well. Form 3, I was out of school again.
And
so literally,
because of why were you out of school?
School fees.
School fees.
I went, did fishing, tried to hawk, did whatever, everything. And ultimately, when he was given to be a head teacher in a different place, he called me and wanted me to repeat, to go to Form 3 where I left. And I told him, I'll just go to Form 4. So I also passed Form 3 without touching it.
So you jumped, you were smart, or
I think God blessed me with the ability to learn. So while I left everything in school, I didn't read anything academic for like 14 months. But I went back to school around March, and I told myself, when I was growing, when I was struggling outside, that at one point I will be able to do Form 4 and I will pass. There were no two ways about it. I will do it, whether I'll do it under a tree, whether I'll do it in a chief's car, in those four, wherever it is, I will do it and I will pass. I did not know that it would come very early. So it came pretty early for me.
So when did you do Form 4?
That is part of what I later wrote about in Live Your Dream.
Yes.
I did Form 4 in the year 2000.
Oh, okay.
I'm young. I'm just 28.
You're a Gen Z.
Big liar.
Listen to this story. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I was seeing a lot that people would not want to see. But every experience I've gone through has built me in a particular way, because I was able to reflect on them and draw lessons.
So you did Form 4? And how did you perform?
I passed. Okay, one, when I went back to school, that is after a long while, I did fishing. I didn't get the fish. I usually say they all agreed to my late father. And so I chose, let me go try selling things. I was the first person to start selling boiled eggs in our hometown, Kindume. I started with sweets. Those days, there was bulgum and something called Lenko. Green.
Yeah, the small green ones.
So I bought that for 40 bob. I bought bulgum for 80 bob. And that was 120. I had 140. And I bought 20. I bought a small basin for 20 bob. Started walking around. I found that safer than going to fish and walking in the ford early in the morning, because we were doing traps and different other types. I also went to the other side of the lake, Seme, and I did all sorts of things. Yes. I didn't get it. So when I went back to school after all this, in fact, many of my friends in fishing told me nobody ever came here and went back to school.
Meaning they got stuck in fish.
They knew I can't go back to school. But even last December, when I was at home, a friend came with whom we were in Kindu Muslim. I was in Kindu Muslim Secondary School. He asked me, I don't remember you doing Form 3. Did you do Form 3? I told him, you are right, I didn't do it. And many people knew I dropped out of school, and they couldn't understand how I ended up in the university. So when I went back, I left a lot of things. So I was starting the whole syllabus afresh for secondary school. And I did it in about 10 months, from March to around 9 months.
In which form now?
In Form 4.
Okay.
And I told myself that... after that, I told myself, I think people are being put to suffering for no good reason. Maybe they just need to be allowed to do this at their pace, and maybe they will not spend a lot of time and money in the secondary school. So I failed terribly.
Form 4?
For mock. Okay. There was mock. Well, it was a small school. We were the first candidates. We were just about 21. This was the Form 4. Form 4 classroom was a tiny one, and there was no library, there was no lab, whatever. So when I went for the mock, and I got 0 in chemistry and whatever, all those lab things. Yes. I didn't know anything.
Did they have a lab?
There was no lab. Oh. So I was meeting these apparatus for the first time. I don't even know what they are. Yes. I would only imagine how they are. Then you realize, even buns and banners could be tiny things. I thought they were like stoves. So when I after that mock, I almost gave up. And I asked my friend, we were with another friend called Joshua, who was also coming. We were in the same school. And I told him, hey, wait, if I fail, I may have to come back. He told, no. We are not going to fail. You must pass. We are going to do it once and for all. And I said, sometimes you need people to encourage you.
This guy was in a similar position like you.
Yes, he was, but he did not break. Because I had broken from school. He was consistent. I don't know. I think at some point I was told he had repeated, but well, at least to the best of my knowledge, we were together. Then I ended up I went back to books. That was between August and October.
You only had about 2 months. August, September, October, then you do from 4 exams.
Yes. We read, I did everything I could, and by the end of the day, by grace of God, I got B+.
But how did you get access to the lab and this equipment?
No, I forgot about lab. You memorize how experiments should run in your mind.
So it will experiment was in your brain.
Yes, in the mind, and what results are anticipated. Then the other thing is, I planned myself with the easy wins, like the art subjects, history, business, whatever. We were doing what we call commerce then. Commerce, and these are the ones that were easy. I aimed to get A. Okay. Maths was my subject. Much as I failed in mock, by the way, I got 41, I still remember. But I knew that my grade is always A in maths. So these are the ones who are just coming in to beef it up.
Okay.
And so
but you passed.
Yes, I passed. I got a B+. I went to the university.
You went to the university. We have about 4 minutes just before a small break. Now in that university, how did you manage? Because I'm sure they still needed money, or was it hell?
Yeah, they needed money. I was fairly lucky. Everywhere I had been from class 6, I've always had the question of how do I make money. So I started making money literally
in
from
the
class
university.
6. From class 6.
Okay.
So I always looked for how to get money. So when I landed into the university, my first question was, how do I earn? Yes. So
as a student?
As a student, yes.
Which campus were you?
I was in Chiromo.
Oh.
I was in Chiromo. And I chose to do physics. Okay. There were different other ideas that people had, but I wanted to do science. I don't know. I just loved it. Much as I loved languages, and other people felt like I should go and study English and literary studies and maybe be a teacher, or I wanted science, so I chose to do physics. Yeah. So I did business in the university. I was also in the university choir. They would give stipend. I was in leadership, and they would sometimes give sitting allowance. And also I was able to learn together with help, which was then sufficient to take care of.
So you found ways of surviving.
Yes.
Businesses, help.
Yes. I knew I had
those
to
days
leave.
When you were getting good help, that was quite good.
Yeah, I was getting enough because what we were paying per year, I think, was around 16,000.
Okay.
So it was 8 and 8 every semester. But in the university, you had to pay everything. So first semester you struggle, and then the second semester you have a little bit of leeway.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is amazing. So now, to where you are, tell us what made you decide to venture into this while in the university? Yeah. Empowering people.
Yes. So back to what I said when I was in class 8, that I will learn. So that is when it was planted in. I will grow up, learn what it takes to make this difference, and then I will teach it.
Not for yourself only, but for people out there.
Yes, to teach it. You see, that's why I did not want to teach in a classroom, to teach academics, because I didn't believe it's going to make that difference. Because there was literally, you could see people who are brilliant in school, but they were still struggling. They were still complaining. And I didn't want that.
So you had some compassion.
Yes, that was compassion.
Compassion for people.
And then the other thing is, when I was in the university and I wasn't able to transition to do business, I wasn't looking forward to be employed. Again, because of the history I had with those people who are employed, I was working with the railway, KCB, whatever, and now nobody's helping. I didn't want to be crying. So it didn't give me a good impression of what employment was. So from childhood, I wasn't aiming for employment. I was aiming to be independent.
Businessman.
So, but when I was transitioning out, it was difficult to start a business because there was need for. I learned about funny things, goodwill, it was a little complicated.
Paul, people say to start business, you need capital. And that's what I hear.
Yeah.
And I hope you're going to share some of this.
Yeah, I can share.
That's money you need a loan.
Yes, I've talked to many people. I've helped lots of people to start businesses. And enough times I realized you don't need that big money. And more so in present day. I went back to the University of Nairobi to study what we call Masters of Science in Information Systems. And at that point, a lot of things happened in my life. I realized that there are different levels of operation in business. And where we are today is what we call information age. And lots of people who are making it big, they're trading on information. And so
information is a key thing.
Yes, so you can literally today, for example, I have a nephew who finished Form 4 last year. And I see him making money because he sells shoes which he doesn't have. He sells things he doesn't have. He sells phones. Yeah. Yes. So all he needs to do is get to know who has this phone, market it online, and he gets the money, go pick and deliver.
Before we have a break, I have to tell you, 75% of our youth actually 75% of the population are youth, and so many of them are unemployed. This story will interest them. So I think we're just going to have a small break, and you're going to tell us how this nephew is making money when he doesn't have shoes. And he just finished Form 4. Guys, small break. See you.
Every great achievement begins with an idea and the courage to pursue it. Discover timeless leadership lessons in the making of a symphony orchestra. Unlock your potential with Live Your Dream in 7 Ds and challenge conventional thinking through Strong Fools, Lazy Smarts. Written by visionary author Otieno Paul-Peter, these powerful books offer practical wisdom for leadership, personal growth, and success. Get inspired. Think differently. Live your dream. Available now.
Mickey Mike
Nanti Maggie ndani ya moyo wangu nakumbuka wewe ni nani. Uliniona tangu mwanzo ukaniita karibu nawe. Welcome back, guys. Paul was telling us an example of a young guy who finished college the other day.
Not college.
He finished Form 4, and now he's making money. Yeah. I've
seen many of them, but I was using him as an example of where you really do not need the capital. In fact, I'm told that capital comes from the word, some Latin word that means caput or something, meaning brain. So when you say you don't have capital, it means literally you don't have brain.
And capital means money.
No. Let me tell you. What happens is, what makes business is not money. It's the idea.
It's the mind.
It's the idea. It's the idea. And I think I've done this enough times to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah. Some few years back, I met another lady. We were doing an exhibition for Live Your Dream, which is one of the organizations I started.
Yes.
Live Your Dream at Strathmore. There was an event there, and so this lady walks and sees that in one of our flyers it was written how to raise capital. Of course, it was just written there so that we can get people who claim they don't have capital. And so, yes, she was serving the guests.
Yes.
So she told me she usually gets called whenever there are functions at Strathmore University. So she did not have stable source of income, stable job. And she had a family, and she was in college and dropped because she got a baby. But she was very industrious. She had started restaurant, whatever, and things like that, but had to drop when she got a baby, and the partners ran it down. And so, and this idea also made her to be in bad books with her parents. So she was going through a lot of problems.
Right.
So we agreed to meet so that we can discuss. And she told me, I asked, there are these different questions that we ask when we evaluate an idea, which is a different thing altogether. So when we had our session, I noticed her interest. You need to pick a business that has your interests and things like that.
So you have to be interested in that.
Yes, there are lots of other things that we do when we talk about idea validation. But then this is all I told her. You don't need money. She wanted to start a business for making food.
Catering.
Yes, catering for people who are employed in an apartment.
Okay.
And they don't have time to come and cook. So I told her, this is very easy. Do you people have a WhatsApp group? Yes. Just go make a good flyer.
Yes.
With the foods and the prices. Post it on your status.
WhatsApp.
And also put it on the WhatsApp and then let them order. They will send the money. Then you go and prepare the food. When they come, she did it. We were to make second session. We never did it. She got too busy. She told me, I will come back. She know she is making money. Let me tell you, I was taught that in present day, you can either sell and then you buy, or you buy then you sell.
Yes.
You choose.
Yes.
So you don't need, that's why enough people do not have what they are selling. I was telling you about my nephew who, he knows where the shoes is.
Yes.
And
he knows where to buy the shoes.
And he can get the customers online.
Online.
So what does he lack? He has a phone. They have internet in their house.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
So all he needs is to pick those photos, get the photos, put them, and people will get from him, and then he organizes delivery. I do that. I have one of my businesses which has to do with supplements mostly, and I don't own a warehouse, but I'm a distributor. I'm an authorized distributor. Yes. All that I need is you send me money, I make the online order and organize delivery, and I do all this from home. So what is it? The idea about capital is lack of idea.
But you need at least enough to have a smartphone and
enough
data.
People already have. Actually, a big part of my problem with some people is they have the smartphone, but they just use it to chat.
To chat.
That is nothing much. Let me tell you, when you want something, you will get it.
Yes.
When you want it, you will get it.
Okay.
That is something I learned. If you want it enough, you will get it.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up being in school, because I wanted it, I could dream it. And it's part of what I had learned along the way to share that. It starts. Many of us don't get what we want because we don't know what we want.
So we are not sure what we want.
Yes.
And then how?
But we know exactly what we don't want.
Wow.
And then we end up getting it.
Yes.
You see, our brains and generally how we were created, this is something that people do not know. I've discussed this again with lots of people. And I've seen results and they've given me testimonies.
So Paul, they are listening to you.
Yes.
Guys who are employed are listening to you.
Let me tell you about employment.
Yes.
Enough people don't get jobs because they don't know what job they are looking for in the first place. So be sure what is it that you're looking for in which industry. And then start playing it in your mind, see yourself getting it. But if I start from a negative perspective that I can't get it, there are no jobs, whatever. If you get to that chorus, for some reason, your prophecy becomes true. Because even the Bible says, according to your faith, let it be done to you. You see, and this is very critical even for business people. Many business people struggle because they've gotten into complaint mode. We are, as human beings, we have two frequencies, generally. There is the negative frequency and the positive frequency. And they say you walk by faith, not by sight.
But there are some people who, their vision of a good job is sitting with a collar and a suit in an office, with a file and a desk. But is that realistic nowadays?
It's good to that you're bringing it up.
Do I call a job?
Yes. One thing I've learned and I keep talking about nowadays is a lot of things have changed. And by the way, they've changed for the better.
Really?
People are asking the wrong questions. The question you want to ask about, can I get an employer, should be, can I get a customer to serve?
So instead of asking, can I get someone to employ me?
No, yes.
Can I get a customer whom I can provide something?
Whom I can provide a service to, or I can sell something.
Guys,
remember,
I'm hearing that.
Everyone is selling. Whether you're a security guard, you're selling your time somewhere.
Yes.
You're carrying baggage, whatever. You're selling energy. You're teaching somewhere, you're selling a skill. Everyone is selling. So we must change our mindset and start thinking of what service can I provide.
Yes.
Somebody who is employed somewhere, a banker, you're selling your skill or your time, whatever that is. And so you are being paid. Because you have one employer, you have one customer. In fact, my definition of a customer is that who feeds you. So today, organizations are moving towards what we call zero employment. Because of the cost, the burden of employing people and recurrent expenses, we do not want that. We want to have minimum number of people inside and enough other people outside. If you check, when you got into employment, an organization had to have a T-guard, a security, whatever. Everybody was within. But along the way today, we outsource everybody. You are the HR department. Today, we don't. We outsource
HR.
We outsource IT. We outsource customer service. We outsource everything. All that we remain to do is what we are supposed to do.
So before I forget, so some people say that some people, they earn more money when they are self-employed than someone who's on a salary from 0 to what is it? 1 month salary. Yeah. Maybe when you're doing this kind of jobs, you may earn more money.
Problem again is stability.
But it is stability, because that's more unstable.
No. Today, no employment is guaranteed. You can be employed today, tomorrow you realize that you are out.
Yes.
How about if you had customers instead? People who want, you're a HR, you've studied HR in the university, you studied finance, and now you can provide consulting services. Instead of having one person, you have this organization, and you are just there when they need you, and they pay you, and you have all the other time to do other things. By the end of the day, you are much more stable, and guess what? Your focus is, can I get another customer?
So we are gravitating towards self-consultancy and self-employment for young people.
Yes.
All over.
And that's why what they need to learn is what skill. It's not just the degree. What problem can I solve for the society? The moment you can solve a problem, you'll be able to get somebody who wants that. And you can demonstrate it. You see, I don't understand how somebody is, for example, a civil engineer. Somebody was asking me, I graduated in 2013, I've not gotten what to do. Something is terribly wrong with your mind. Because if you are really an engineer, why can't you volunteer somewhere? Start by
getting experience.
Koroga, Smith, whatever. Then tell that guy, by the way, I can help you do this.
Yeah.
Let them see that you are actually skilled. Ultimately, by the way, people no longer hire people because you have a degree. They hire you because there is exact problem you are going to help them solve.
I may differ with you in a few areas. I think that when you're fresh from college, sometimes it's very tricky to be able to just have a skill where you just start.
Which is why I'm saying.
So, let me finish.
Yes.
So sometimes that initial job gives you experience. For example, I'm a doctor. And the first few years, you learn a lot of theory and some practical, but when you work, you gain experience.
Good.
And so that now I'm a consultant and I'm an expert in this and that. So to some extent, employment can be, for a while at least.
No, let me explain. You know, we cannot revert back.
Yeah.
Because things are changing, by the way, and that's why we are even bringing AI to help us consult.
Yes.
So what you are going to be needed for might be totally different. But we've got to accept that you must demonstrate value. This is how it works. You need experience.
Yes.
There are enough opportunities for you to demonstrate your experience. And one is through volunteer.
So
for example, there are enough medical camps.
Yes.
You start them from the university, you attend medical camps, and you are creating connections. After that, you just need to know, where can I volunteer my services? Because you want something on your CV. Yes? And then now find how you can plug into different systems. And that's why today, if you meet doctors who are graduating today, they don't get jobs like you used to get. You used to graduate and you are posted. Today, they are moving around looking for jobs. And so they get locums. How will you get a locum if you are not, you've not garnered that experience. Because even those people have clients that need to be served. They do not want to put you there to learn. So you must find a way to embed yourself into the system to the extent that you are able to demonstrate your value. So that somebody is going to start picking you as an assistant, and by the end of the day, you are able to help them run their consultancy, their clinics, that clinic in Upper Hill Medical Center and clinic wherever, and that's how you grow.
So in the medical profession, we really emphasize on experience.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's a volunteer, whether it's employment, it doesn't matter, but there's some, because in the end, you end up now demonstrating
everywhere they want experience.
And then, we have half-baked people who, you're a doctor, but then you do poor service.
Yes.
So, but it's very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very
But we must be alive to the times. Science of
the times are changing.
Yes.
Now with AI, now, many people are losing the jobs now. What is it impacting on?
I think AI is a very good
young
invention.
People now. The
It's
people who are unemployed, they live in college.
No. What they need
with AI now.
No, that's a beautiful thing. What they need to do is to learn how to embed AI into their solutions. You see, by the end of the day, but I was discussing this thing again the other day, that you could be in a restaurant, you could go to a restaurant and you have waiters, and some other people will claim that now we can have AI to distribute food, and they will do it perfectly.
There's a restaurant with a robot in Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it. We've gone there where the robot just goes, what do you want?
Yeah.
Then you.
So right now, people can go there because they want to experience or to explore. But I can guarantee you, without doubt, a couple of years when those ones become popular, many people will be looking for where there are real people to serve them. Because they want to talk.
Robots? I thought
they will be looking for where, a customer like you.
Yeah.
When you go, you will be looking for restaurants that have real people to serve you because you do not want to be served by robots.
Yeah,
that
because the person call has welcoming. There's something they impart on the customer.
So this is not a problem. This is not a problem. The other thing is, if I am providing a service, say HR services or computer services or programming, whatever, I just need to understand how can I make it better with AI.
Okay.
Let it be your companion as opposed to your opponent.
So give me a success story, because we are about to finish, and guys, they want to call you, I'm sure, just to show them tips on how they can also succeed. I know there are many.
So you want stories or you want?
You can do, because I think we have about 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes for a story.
Stories. I've given quite
some
stories anyway. Maybe I'll give two. When during just a few, I think like 2022 after COVID, somebody came to me who is related to me, a distant relative, but I had not met him. He married one of my cousins. And so he was sent because a wife saw me on Facebook talking about things, and told him, why can't you go and see so and so. So he came and we talked, we discussed the very same thing, mindset. We must start by knowing what we want. And we must feel it. And all these other things. Then I shared with him the book, Live Your Dream. And he tells me, I read it. He came 2 years later, by the way. He told me, I read it with an open mind. And at that point, he had lots of problems. He was out of job, and he had a daughter in Sindemuliro, and was struggling to pay rent, to pay all those things. But today he tells me that, not today actually, I think the last time we talked was last year. He had bought second Mercedes, and he was asking me if I can buy his previous Mercedes.
Okay.
Then I bought another one.
You said he started with?
Yeah. He was struggling to live. He was struggling to live. You see?
And now he's buying 2 Mercedes from the advice.
Yes.
You gave him.
Yes, he told me he wanted to sell to me the previous. By the way, I've been blessed by God in some way. In that I've talked to people and they become much way richer than me. You see, and much faster using my very advice. Now,
so sometimes it's not about yourself.
Yeah, it's not about yourself.
There's a saying that God blesses those who help other people.
Yeah, and
Do you lack?
I don't lack. I have sufficient, at least for me. I don't worry about food. I don't worry about the things I grew up worrying about. But I know I can explain why I have moved that way. Because my dream, I say you start by thinking what you want. My dream was simply to finish school and get a degree. Then the other dream was to have, not to worry about food and the likes. I did not dream about a vehicle. When I came to Nairobi, I saw people driving and I'm wondering. My dream was to own a bicycle. I never bought a bicycle. When I reached the university, it was too small because I'm seeing people. So I'm
big Mercedes.
Yeah. So it's just that I did not expand my dream, and it was largely because of my exposure.
So it starts with your meaning. If you want to dream to own a building,
yes, you must accept it in you. Yes. There is no limit.
There is no limit.
Yes.
Guys,
you start by knowing exactly what you want. Yes. Actually, if you check, the first thing that comes here is why do you get what you want? You see?
Guys, you've got to have this book.
So I learned why people get what they don't want.
Yes.
And why they get what they want. Why they don't get what they want. And it's largely because, like I said, we tend to know, and emotionally so, what we do not want. And let me tell you, by the way, some other people end up getting married to whom they don't want, because they say, I don't want somebody who drinks, I don't want to be married in Machakos, then you end up getting married there. But if somebody told you, whom do you want to be, whom would you like to marry? I don't want, you will tell them what you don't want. You don't tell them what you want. We must start shifting that to what exactly
you want. There's a saying which says, never say never. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Like, I'll never do this.
But why? Because you disobey a law, which we say law of non-resistance. What you resist persists.
What you resist
persists. Yes. If you say, I don't want to be late, you will get late.
Or I don't want to be poor, you will end up being poor.
So don't focus on what you don't
want. Focus on what you want.
And the same thing happens even today in our economy. If you keep saying, oh, I don't want to miss school fee for my children next month, oh, where will I get? You are always focusing on that.
So focus on
positivity. According to your faith, let it be done to you. That's why people quote also, write your vision and put it down.
Yeah.
Why? Because this Habakkuk guy, the guy who was being told to write the vision down, he was lamenting. He had cried, read the whole thing. Oh, whatever, things are happening, whatever. Why do I call and you're not listening?
It was Habakkuk.
Yes. Then
in the Bible,
God told him, you see, you are doing the wrong thing. These are my words. You're doing the wrong thing.
Guys, this is biblical.
Start by putting what you want. And let it be so clear that whoever sees it, some version says, may run. Others say, may read it clearly. The idea is, let it be so exciting that it can inspire you. You can feel it.
Okay.
It will ultimately come. By the way, there is no two way about that.
I hope you'll train.
There are few other
things. Guys who want to come.
There are few other things that you may need to go through. But this is it. Well, by the way, that was also my prayer at some point.
Yes.
That I will teach people this.
Yes.
And today I do it.
And you will do it.
I've taught enough other people.
You've taught many people.
Last year, somebody told me that, you see, for the first time in my life, I've used the least in marketing, like I've always used
before,
because we met. You see, because whatever you resist persists. That is it.
Wow.
Whatever you think about and think about, you bring about.
So in these few remaining minutes, just what are the key points? Because I know you'll have to go over them. Maybe I've not written them all down. And then how can people get you? And how can we plan a training for many people out there who want a training that is not expensive, that you can come and just get people started? Yes.
One, I have a website called OtienoPaul-Peter.com.
Hey, you speak fast, eh?
Yes, Otieno Paul-Peter.
Oh, we were going to write it down. Yes.
You can just Google my name, Otieno Paul-Peter. You will get everything about
guys.
me.
Yes.
You will get to my website.
And we're going to put it on the screen.
You can email. You will get a chat form to fill and reach out to me. You can choose what you want to be discussed. You can choose the timing and things like that. It's very easy. That is it. And there is a telephone number. There is a WhatsApp link. You can click and you reach me. So reaching me is not a big deal. What I'd like to say is, our minds is how we create our story. And for this reason, I've got to say that I don't watch news.
Okay.
Because
we are similar.
Yes, because news, after you've watched the news, you can only be negative. And you will believe all the wrong things. It's not secret that maybe life could be easier or maybe under different regimes or whatever. But you see, we have no control over that. Whoever is there will be there.
Can I ask something before you move?
Yes.
Can we start a channel with good news? And do you think we will get clients watching our news?
That's how we started Power Monday.
Yes.
Power Monday was started in 2020 at the height of COVID because everyone was negative and we did not want negativity. So we said, how can we make people positive? How can we start a week on the positive note and things like that? And that's how we got it. We got it started. And I can guarantee you, people who attend Power Monday, they live a healthier
and
week,
they have growth. They all have a testimony of the growth.
Yes.
How many people are you having?
We started from 4, 5
By the way, I'm a beneficiary of your course. Of course, you lived your dream.
Yes.
And I'm a beneficiary and see where I am now.
Yeah. And lots of people, if you come, for example, you had in dinner last year.
Yes.
Lots of people are living testimonies of what Power Monday has done in their lives.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody. She traveled to Tanzania for a conference. And she was telling me that, you see, from the time we met at a meet and greet for Power Monday to date, a lot of things have changed.
In her life.
And today, I do not know what would have happened if we had not met. See, so Power Monday is a place to be, and
very
people,
positive.
if somebody checks Power Monday, they will reach.
So
they will reach.
So positive.
They will
yeah,
enrich
they're
themselves.
very good stories and testimonies.
Maybe just to finish, things change when we change.
Yes.
Things get better when we get better. If we stay the same, nothing changes. By the way, it's not the change in calendar. I love saying it. Many people hope that the new year will be good. Nothing. When I'm celebrating my birthday, wishes or whatever, nothing. If we still retain the same story, the old self, and I think this is what Christianity talks about, being born again. Being born again means you are becoming a new person. Your thoughts are different, your emotions are different, your reasoning is different, and you start instilling faith in you.
So being born again, even economically.
Yes.
It's spiritually.
Yes. If it doesn't happen in your mind, nothing happens.
Yeah. In your life. Yeah. So change.
So everything can. That's how I did my Form 4. That's how I ended up in the university, because
it was in your mind.
It was already in the mind.
Even though you were laughing, you were selling sweets, and you would borrow matchsticks, and so you're a living testimony.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you can make it,
everyone can.
Everyone can. They'll say that maybe those days life was easy. They'll tell you that now it's impossible.
I think it was harder. There was no internet. There was no. You see, today I can get every information at fingertips. Those days, if you did not get a book to read, you cannot get it. You cannot. Today, I tell you can even revise on YouTube. Some people, they even have Wi-Fi. But they still don't wonder what is the problem.
We criticize our country so much. Yeah. What is so positive in this country? Because we focus on the many bad things about our country. There are weaknesses.
Yes.
But there must be a good news.
The good news is everyone in the world wants to live in Nairobi. By the way, despite all that cry, go to US. The Americans want to be called Nairobians or Kenyans. Go to UK. All these Europeans want to be here. You go to Malindi, they are all living here.
What's so special about
because
Nairobi?
We have the richest land. We have food, natural food. They are not eating the wrong foods that they eat. That's why when you go outside, you feel like you are lacking in food. Yeah. When they come, they realize this land is rich. There is peace. We say, but it's true. Kenya hakuna matata. Hizi zingine ni politics. Let me tell you, people come to Nairobi and they realize that, at least in Kenya, they realize they can live the life they want. Yeah. Meet any foreigner. That's why Chinese are bribing their ways to reach here. Nigerians want to be everywhere. You see, people want to be here.
So guys, despite the challenges
Yeah.
we have, focus on the positive, the positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And it's not just
it starts from
true.
the mind. I'm
Yes,
telling you.
it's true.
So you're
this is
parting
the
shot.
place to be.
You're already giving parting
Yes,
shot.
this is
the
the place to
final
be.
parting shot.
That maybe I need to say this, that long time ago, this is a parting shot. Long time ago, some revelation, and this is not like the Paul's vision, whatever. This is something that just popped into my mind as a flash of insight. That life is like a polygon. Polygon is many-sided figure.
Yes.
And every side is a type of life.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a pauper, could be whatever. Just choose which side.
If
Every one of us has that capacity to turn the side you want.
Mm-hmm.
And along the way, I heard of this, that your future is in your hands.
Mm.
And by the way, it's literally true.
And the role of God, I thought you talked about Habakkuk. And,
Yes.
Yes.
The idea, there's a different,
Some
a whole
people
lot
say-
of discussion. The idea
Some
is
people say
people
yeah.
have misused God.
Yeah.
And I tell this even when I speak to secondary school people,
Even as an
candidates,
ATM,
whatever.
right?
The idea is we think of God as a house help. Yeah? Like, I want this, give me. I want water. give
Like
me.
an
I want
ATM.
this.
Some people say
Yeah,
like
that's
an
not the way
ATM.
God works. God works with us. We must cooperate with God. If you do not read and you go kesha and thinking you will pass exam, you don't pass. That's the way it works. If you do not cultivate and you expect God to come cultivate for you, God will do God work. You must do human
your
work.
Yes.
You see, everyone must do their beat. If you
Yes.
don't do your beat, God will
Yes.
not do his beat.
Yeah.
So God will bless the work of our hands. He will not work for us.
Okay.
That's the way it is. So we've got to do our part
We've got to do
and
our
trust that it will work.
It will work.
Yes, then God will do his part.
Yeah.
We cannot cause the rain, so God will bring the rain.
Thank you so
We must
much.
revise, then we go past, because
Yeah.
God will cause us to be healthy and to remember. If we
Amen.
didn't do it, nothing.
And He created us in
Yes.
a way that we can take charge
Yeah.
of our destiny
Yeah.
with His support.
And when things go wrong, it's
Yes.
not God. We are the problem.
Usually-
Like the prodigal son. It's not the dad who was the problem.
Yeah.
He was the problem.
He was a prodigal son.
Yeah.
Guys, lively interview. And this interview, you will learn things to change your life. So don't just sit there that you have no job, you have nothing to do. Contact us, contact Paul. Yeah? You can leave your contacts there. Would you like, I don't want to talk for you. Can you talk from your mouth? I'm telling people to contact you, but maybe that's not the direction. You tell
Yes,
me.
like I say, getting me is one of the easiest. You just need to go to your Google search. Even AI, by the way, if you asked Gemini who is Otieno Paul-Peter, you will get. So just Google Otieno Paul-Peter, you will go to my website and you will get my contact. You can reach out for books that I have, which have really transformed people's lives. You can reach out for consultations. You can reach out for training. You can reach out for different other things. You will be able to get what I provide.
And you can even do an online talk.
Usually,
Where maybe initially
virtual.
just to get people virtual.
Yes.
So people just getting to hear more
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah. And you can join Per Monday. It's absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Yeah. Every Monday morning,
Yeah.
use the same link. You can get to powermonday.net
Yeah.
and you get every information you need.
So guys, we can survive and thrive in these difficult times. For those of you who have heard and learned something, please subscribe, share, and join us in the next podcast. But please remember to contact Paul, contact even Auntie Maggie, so that we can make sure that at least somebody's life changes. You know, we don't have to be where we are. So thank you and ciao. And thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Bye.